Hi fishy folks, today adding a zone to the auto water change system. Before I get started guys, you know the drill. Obliterate the subscription button gently, boop the notification bell, and check out my website michaelfishing.com. When you see this, I should be shipping within the next week, so go ahead and start ordering. And alright, so today we're going to be talking about adding a zone to my auto water change system. So let me just give you some background. This is the 14th or 15th, no, it's like the third major revision to my auto water change system. And this one works very simply. Water comes in, I'm pointing, but the camera's not the right way. Nice. This one works pretty simply. The water comes in from those two red PEX lines, goes through that mixing valve. The water comes out as low as that mixing valve will get it, which is about 81-ish degrees. Goes through these filters. This is not an RODI system. The first one is simply a sediment filter. The next two are carbon block filters to remove chlorine. If you have chloramines, this system will not work without much more expensive filters. I don't know much about because I only have chlorine, so it's pretty easy. Then it goes through this pipe over here, and I have a little T with a valve, so I have a spigot to fill tanks or buckets. And then it breaks off into a T there in one zone controlled by a irrigation solenoid there and one there. And it's kind of messy, and I just threw it together, and I've reused many pieces because I'm cheap. But that's how it works. And then, of course, the water flows through... Let me show you. Flows through the pipe to a little irrigation manifold like this. By the way, almost everything I'm talking about, I'll put affiliate links in the description below. This is a Rainbird manifold, drip manifold. So it goes through this, and then, of course, it just goes to a water line, and the water pours in. I have the timer set for approximately 10 minutes. That changes roughly 10% daily in my fish room in every tank that has one water line. When the water comes in, it then overflows. You can see there I have a overflow, which needs a filter on it, some pinky filter floss. And that's that, and flows into a sump, and then the sump pumps it into the sewer line. Anyway, I have two zones right now, one going to one side of the fish room, the other going to the other side. This zone over here only does 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tanks, and so I have a ball valve to control flow. If I have full flow, it's too much. So I have full flow on this side because this side is, I don't know, 45, 48 tanks. So, yeah. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a T right in there and add a third zone for my pleco tanks. I find my pleco tanks get much dirtier, much faster. And the reason is I feed them, I overfeed them, they are overstocked. And I figured like I should change some more water to make the water clearer. I don't believe the water is dirty. All my testing has shown it's not, but maybe clearer. And I find myself manually changing water in those tanks more often than not. And I'm lazy, I don't want to do that, so I'm going to automate it. So the pleco tanks are all over the fish room because I didn't plan this, right? I didn't plan to add the zone. If I planned to add the zone, maybe this side would be all plecos and it would be easy, but I'm not that smart. So obviously there's a pleco tank there. There's plecos in that tank with that one betta. There's longfin plecos here, which I showed you a picture of babies before. There's another one that's growing up. I don't know if that's an albino. See it on the sponge filter. I don't know if that's an albino longfin. I don't know if the longfin gene, if you have longfin mom and dad, then all the babies are longfin. I don't know how that works. But I see at least 2 babies in there, which means there's probably way more. I don't really know. So we have plecos 3 on this side. And then there's plecos in this tank. There's plecos in that tank. There's plecos in this tank. This tank, and so on. So I'm going to have to run a pipe, a PVC pipe that carries the water pretty much at a U. I'm going to start here and come down and probably make a turn across the room right about here and then drop lines down here, and then drop lines, you know, obviously in the back, so it's easier to hide it and doesn't get in the way. So, all right, fishy folks, that was a long description of what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and I'm not gonna film me doing it. I mean, it's just cutting PVC and stuff. So, like I said, links for pretty much everything I'm using in the fish room for this build in the description below. They are affiliate links, so I do make thousands of dollars from them. I know some people don't like affiliate links. They feel like it's stealing, but hey, it's just another revenue source for us smaller channels. All right, that's enough of me babbling about affiliate links. Snack and a beverage, stand by. All right, fishy folks, I have all the supplies I need. This is a irrigation solenoid. It's basically an electric switch. When the timer tells it to open, it opens a plunger, water flows. When the timer shuts off, the plunger closes and it stops. I have two already. It's 3/4 inch. Got it at Amazon. Links in the description below. Apparently it's a new look, approved design. Improved design. There are some instructions. I also got these, can't remember what they're called. Maybe it'll tell me. Riser. It's a 3-inch riser, and I'll show you what we're gonna do. So essentially, I'm gonna have 3/4 inch pipe, which is this size, and then I have this riser that will screw into here like this, and then we take our little Rainbird manifold, which you screw on like this, and that'll be, you know, up top, and the water lines will come down from there. Now these plastic parts, when you thread them in, you need to use Teflon tape. This will create a seal because these are so smooth and they're kind of big threads. It's not going to seal without it. You will definitely have a leak. In addition, there's threaded fittings on either side of the solenoid. So I have these 3/4 inch to female threaded like that. So I'm going to assemble all these. I'm going to make my cut, install my T-fitting, assemble a small portion with a ball valve at the end so I can shut it off. Then I'll show you where I'm going, and I will then start gluing stuff. Rich from Rich and Fishes brought up a good point in one of his most recent videos. Now, I've done it many times but never had a problem, but I figured I should probably hold off. What he said was the fumes from the PVC glue, he doesn't know how that's going to affect his fish and his fish tanks. And he was talking about the Airline that he, the air loop that he ran. But as far as the water, I'm pretty sure once it's dry, it's no problem. I've used it 1,000 times in the fish room, so... but I'm gonna be doing this in pieces because I have lots to do today, including a very special trip to the airport for possibly a video. Anyway, go hang out. When you come back, it'll look like I've done a lot of work and taken forever, but it's only gonna be like a second later. All right, fishy folks. It's a pretty long video. Hope you're hanging out to the end. There's the T I installed. And then, of course, I have a ball valve and the solenoid. I haven't hooked it up electronically yet. Here's a mistake. I put the union in, but I didn't measure anything, and of course it's right up against the joist. I would have liked it actually on that side of the joist, but I screwed it up. I didn't measure. I just did it, and that sucks. Then we come over here. There's two manifolds, so a total of 12 water lines for these 3 tanks. I'm not sure I'm going to use them all, but I'm definitely going to use probably 6 for this tank, and I don't know, maybe 2 for this tank and 1 for that over there, or maybe 2 and 2. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, but then I haven't finished this yet. It's going to come across here, and I'm going to put some back there. I'm going to put some more manifolds for the pleco tanks over here in this area, and then it's going to come down down to the end over there for the rest of the pleco tanks. I don't really need to show you that right now. You'll see the actual finished product in another video. So that's it for the new pleco water line. Here's my super red grow out tank. These guys are all sold, so shipping will resume soon. I don't know when this video is going to be released. So anyway, that's it. I'm babbling. Peace. Hi fishy folks. Today, adding a zone to my auto water change system. Before we get started, you know the drill. Gently obliterate, and when I mean gently obliterate, I mean annihilate the subscription button. And then gently boop the subscription button. And of course, no, you're not gonna boop the, oh. You think I know how to do this by now. Hiya fishy folks. I don't know what day it's gonna be.